Hey guys, it's Anthony from Anthony D on YouTube, and this is the video I've presented to show you guys step by step on how to make some easy, delicious kale chips. I used to be a big fan of normal potato chips, and my girlfriend got me into doing some kale chips, and now I'm addicted to them, so I want to share this with you all. All you're going to need is some nice fresh kale from the garden or the store, and a nice big pan that I've outlined with some foil paper for easy cleanup. I'll show you at the end. Alright, so nice stack of kale. Take my scissors, I'm going to cut them up. I'm going to wash them up, and then I'll show you what I do with them. So let's go to the next step. Alright, so now after washing all the kale and drying them off with a nice paper towel, remember, you want to wash them really good because they grows low to the ground, so there is a lot of dirt in there. So I have definitely washed and rinsed them in a nice bowl, and I'm happy with the cleansing. So now I'm going to cut off the chunky stems. This is the parts that you won't need, or you can create other recipes with it, and I'll show you in my other videos. So, but for this recipe for kale chips, you won't need this part. Okay, so disregard for now. And now you have just a leaf, cleaned and dried, ready to process. So I'll show you the next step, what we do with this. Alright, in this step, we'll have our pan, and we have our stack of kale. So what are we going to do with this? Well, this is what we're going to do. Let me get this camera view just enough so you guys can check what I'm doing. Here we go. We're going to pinch, twist, and cut up all the kale into like bite sizes. Alright? Nothing technical, nothing perfect. You're making it for yourself. Nice and healthy. Again, you get to the bottom, you have some extra stems. Disregard. You just want nice leaves. Alright? So everything is pretty close to the same size. And again, referring to them as nice big bite sizes. Alright? Little stems, put those out. I'm not too picky about them. I'll serve my guests the best pieces, and I'll eat the other ones. So, what do we do from this point on? We'll show you nice clean kale cut up into nice bite pieces on a clear pan. Next step. Alright, in this step, I do not promote any products, so I am using a very good extra virgin olive oil, and I'm going to drizzle just enough to do the next process. So I would say about 4 to 6 tablespoons here of extra virgin oil drizzled over the kale. And again, you can always add more, but you can't take it out. So you can do this again. And we will be adding some spices and salt. Enough salt to taste. Everyone has their preference. I'd say I use about only 1 tablespoon for this nice big batch of kale. A nice fresh ground pepper. And again, I'm not promoting any products, but there's nice spices in the steak aisle there. And this one is actually maple bacon flavored, so that's the one I use for my recipe. And again, you can see how much I use. It's just a little sprinkle on it. And now comes the fun part. I've already cleaned my hands for this process. And we are going to mash this all up now. Get it all nice and damp with the olive oil. Make sure the seasoning and the salt is all mixed together nicely. Don't be afraid. The harder you squish it, the better it tastes. Alright? Now after you're happy with the dampness and the consistency, you're going to even it out on the pan, just so it bakes evenly. Alright? And this will reduce as it's cooking. So we will turn it around, play with it a bit, and then finish off with the baking process, okay? So that's good to go. And there you go. So that's ready for the oven. And that leads us to the next process. All right, so now it's time to put it in the oven. All right, I've got a preheated oven at 350 degrees, and I'll check back in about 25 minutes with my timer on my iPhone, and we'll go from there. All right, so let's see in about 25 minutes. All right, so they've been in for about 20-25 minutes here, and we're going to flip them over, and this is how I do this. Flipping them over. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can see there's a heavy reduction into the chips. How much we started off and how much we're going into. Now the next process is really up to taste, how dark and brown you want them. So I'm watching the oven now every minute. I'm going to go another 15 minutes into the oven, and then I'll show you the final product. So there we go. All right, we'll put them back into the oven. Go for another 15 minutes. All right, so it's been an additional 10 minutes, and when I was checking it, I just wanted to show you. You hear that? They're crispy. Everything's nice and crispy. So that's when you know it's ready to go. Now, I've got a serving plate here where I'm going to store them, and double up a paper towel, and then I will just grab them and lightly start putting them on top. Alright guys, and that's how you make some real delicious making smoky kale. Tasting great, alright? I'll list down the directions down and below, my ingredients, and happy kale. It's great for you, and you know, if you're looking for a change for instead of chips, this is definitely great. Tastes great. Thanks for watching.